Hey guys, what is going on? This is Travis P11. I'd like to welcome you back to the channel, and a little shout out to Monstrum Tactical, one of the supporters of Thunder on the Prairie 2023. It's going to happen the first week in June. It's a little YouTuber, GunTuber event that's going to take place, and if you're curious about that, I'll put a link to the end of that at the end of this video. But again, Monstrum is one of the sponsors. They donated quite a few optics for us to give away in our drawings and our shooting competition, and one of the optics that we're going to be giving away, or that you can win in the drawing, is the Ghost red dot, 1 to 20 red dot, and then the Ghost 3-power magnifier. So we're going to just go ahead and take these out, do an unboxing. We're going to get these mounted on a firearm and take them out to the range and see how well they work. Now, I got to be honest, this is the first time I've ever used a magnified red dot before. I've shot prism scopes and things like that, which do have illuminated reticles in them, but it's a whole different kind of game. One nice thing about the Ghost red dot and the Ghost magnifier is that they do co-witness, or they do match up height-wise exactly. There shouldn't be any height adjustments we have to make. They're designed to go together. Real quick prices on this. The Ghost over here is $69.95 to $79.95 over on the Monstrum Tactical website. Does now feature a lifetime warranty. We'll go through all the features on it in just a little bit. And the Ghost 3-power magnifier, it runs $89.95 to $119.95, and I think that's just the only difference is going to be the color that you choose, if I'm not mistaken. They do charge a little bit more for the FDE because of a Cerakoting or coating on the outside of it. Now, you got to watch out because I think they do have a previous version magnifier. This is the ultra compact model, which is even shorter than the previous magnifier. It is a flip-up model. All right, so real quick, let's just talk about the features. What do you need to know? We've got a 2 MOA dot reticle. We have a laser diode system, which means if you do have astigmatism, there's a possibility it could starburst on you a little bit or be fuzzy. It really depends on your eyes. I have a slight astigmatism, which does affect me on some brands of red dots and does not on others. Again, lifetime warranty. It does have quick start on it. Again, you just turn the on-off knob, but it does not have a shake and wake start or anything like that. At least I don't believe it does. It does rotate from 1 to 11. 0 is off. So yeah, they do take it like Spinal Tap to 11. Cool thing about this knob is it will go either way. You don't have to go all the way back to 1. You can go from 11 to 0 to turn it off without having to turn it back. Just one of those little annoyances you run into sometimes when you're at the range. Zero magnification on this one. 2 MOA dot reticle. 50,000 hour battery life. I believe the battery's included in here. We'll go through that in a second. The length is 2.59 inches. It's 5.8 ounces, 40 MOA of adjustment, and 1/2 MOA per click. So I think it's roughly 1/2 of an inch, more or less, okay? At a click at, God, I don't know, 50 yards, 100 yards, we'll have to figure that out. You do get the red dot, you do get the 1.55 inch high mount, which means you might have to mount this on a riser if you've got a front A2 sight. We'll find out if it's tall enough or not to clear it. Low profile mounts included, the batteries included, the Torx wrenches comes with it, the lens cloth comes with it. I would recommend, it does have the wrench with it, but I would recommend that you get yourself a fat wrench, which will let you torque to inch pounds without over torquing screws. Easy way to strip them out. And, these screws do not need to be gorilla on, essentially. All right, now over with the Ghost 3-power magnifier. What do we need to know about this one? It does have the Helios Prism optic system is what it says to it. It does have windage and elevation adjustment, so you can move the dot if you need to once it's already been centered or once it's already been zeroed on the regular red dot. You can make micro adjustments on this side over here. 3-power magnification, quick engage mount. It does have a lever mount that goes right onto the pick rail, and it does flip out of the way when you're done with it. 50 MOA of adjustment. The weight is 12.2 ounces, so you're going to be adding a little over a pound of weight to the top of your gun, but these are just kind of bulky, heavy packages sometimes, but I think what you're gaining from it, it's going to make up for having a permanent mounted optic, and this will also, may or may not allow you to use inline iron sights. You might have to get some offset mounts. Lifetime warranty also included in that. You do get the magnifier, the quick engage mount, and a Torx head wrench to use with it too. So we'll just give you guys a little link to Monstrum Tactical in the video, and you can check out what they have. Let's go and open these up and take a look and see what they look like. All right, so first up is the Ghost. Let's go and check this out here. Hopefully the lighting's okay for you guys. We've got 2 different wrenches, a standard Allen key and a Torx head wrench. It'd be nice if they use the same size screws, but I'm just so used to it with this tactical gear anymore. Your mounting screws are also included. You've got your instruction manual right here, and then you've also got yourself a lens cleaning cloth, which is nice to have. Okay, we'll go and get the foam out of the way. Nicely packed. We do have some flip-up caps, I believe, that come with it. So here is the dot itself. It's a really nice construction. It feels like a lot of other dots from other companies, like Primer Arms. It's got a good heft to it. You've got that anti-reflective coating on there also, or glare reducing coating. Okay, the mount looks pretty sturdy. Doesn't look like it's ever been used before. The finish and the coating is nice and uniform on it. Turrets on the top. You do have the little screw tool on the top that you can use to adjust the turrets, which is nice. So if you don't have a pocket knife on you or a little screwdriver, you can use these if you want to. Let's just try the turn real quick here. Let's see, there you go. Yes, you have a nice audible click. I hate red dots that just have like, they're just kind of gritty, or maybe they don't make any kind of click at all and you don't know if you're actually doing any movements. Really a pain in the rear when you're on the firing line. Then we get the knob on the top. The battery's probably underneath here. There's probably some sort of little plastic covering on it that we need to uncover, so we'll check that out here in just a second. Okay, looks pretty cool. All right, and then we've also got your low profile mount right here too that you can use along with it. If you want to go lower, you can certainly do that, depending on what you want to mount it on. Then also included, we have some little quick flip up lens covers, which are nice. You don't have to buy anything extra for it. You also don't have to use the bikini style stretchy ones, which are easy to lose at times. So you got your quick flip ups. Yeah, overall looks pretty good. Let's go and get the battery in here and we'll just see if we can even show you the dot. It usually doesn't show up on camera just because of the nature of it, but I will let you know what the dot looks like once I get it going. All right, so we have the 0 marking right here. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Hopefully that's popping up, and we'll go ahead and turn it just a little bit. Just a nice audible click. Good kind of detents and stops there. Okay, let's go ahead and check it real quick and see what it looks like. 11 is pretty bright. I will say this, I'm having no trouble at all getting the dot to show up. So it's much, much sharper in person than what you guys are seeing on camera. Yeah, and once we get outside, I'll let you guys know what setting I have it set for. But again, it looks good. You don't have any kind of glue residue in here. There's nothing sticking out or protruding into the barrel. Sometimes you have like a larger emitter that's going to be inside the barrel and it blocks part of the view. This does not do that. So this looks pretty good so far. All right, why don't we go ahead and bust out the magnifier, check that out, and then we will get it mounted to the firearm and we will go from there. All right, so we went ahead and took the magnifier out of the vacuum sealed bag. Nice sturdy construction, definitely on par with the Ghost Red Dot itself. Nice sturdy barrel, definitely heavy duty feeling. The lever mechanism, man, for the flip up is just, this thing is machine. This is Teutonic. This is like a bank vault right here. This thing just, it's solid, guys. It is not gonna break. It's not going anywhere. It's got a very good spring in it to hold it in place. Again, gonna flip out of the way and flip down when you need it to. I'm gonna check these screws to make sure they're torqued to specs. I'll see if I can find something in the manual about that. If I can't, I'll just leave them as is. But overall, very, very nice. You do have windage and elevation adjustments, and I did check the turrets off camera, and they're just like what you get on the Ghost. They do click, not a problem whatsoever. And again, looks really, really cool. So we will get this set up and get it behind the red dot and just take a look and see how it compares. Pretty excited to test it out at the range. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's go and get it mounted on the firearm, and we will go from there. Two things I didn't tell you about yet. I need to see what kind of eye relief this thing offers. I don't know if it varies depending on the person or if it has its own, specific set of eye relief. It does have a diopter adjustment over here so you can sharpen it if you need to, which is really cool. And then also don't know how waterproof this setup is. I will find out what the waterproof rating is, if it's just splash rated or if it's submersible and so on, depending on how heavy the terrain is that you are going to go into. All right, let's get it mounted on the rifle and we will be right back. All right, guys, so just a couple little bits of information about the install itself. This is a Wheeler fat wrench. If you don't have one, I'd highly recommend you get one because kind of like a torque wrench for cars, this does inch pounds instead of foot pounds. So this will prevent you from over tightening or over torquing the screws, which could cause you to strip them out, which could basically ruin your mount or screws or product. Now, when it comes to the magnifier, they tell you to use a T15 torque wrench head. If you don't have one, obviously you get the wrench with it. It says hand tighten plus 1/4 turn, approximately 30 inch pounds. I am just going to set it up for 30 inch pounds and put that on that way. And then when it comes to the optic itself, the red dot itself, they do mention that you're also going to be using another T15 hex head torque wrench, and then also 18 inch pounds of torque. So I'm going to make sure these get mounted properly. I did take off my rear iron sight because I got a feeling I'm not going to have enough eye relief with the iron sight in the way. It's just I'm going to be stretching all the way up to the optic, and I want to be able to sit in a natural position. So we're going to get this mounted, and then we will come back and show you what it looks like when we get done. All right, hang tight. Okay guys, so real quick, I know that the dot does have the IP7X or IP7X rating, which I think means it can be submerged for up to 30 minutes underwater. Did not see that on the magnifier, so I will try to get some information from Monstrum and I'll let you guys know in the description box about that. It's just mounted on a Bear Creek Arsenal upper, again, a very much budget build. PSA lower, UTG B5 systems inspired stock. So yeah, so one thing I noticed about it, I did manage to get this just kind of zeroed in the house, just kind of looking down the barrel at a target and then moving the dot to that target. Very crisp. It is pretty easy to see. It does sunburst just a little tiny bit for me, but again, my eyesight is awful. So again, if your eyesight doesn't have any astigmatism, you should be good to go. Let's see, a couple other things you should know about it. It does line up perfectly with it. When I put the magnifier on, it did shift the red dot off to the right just a little tiny bit. So that was something that I might have to make a fine-tuned adjustment at the range. You know, move, again, you've got your windage and elevation, so you can do that once you get the red dot sighted in. The cool thing is all I gotta do is flip it up, make those adjustments, and we're good to go. Just kind of looking out the window with the optic and the red dot. Man, I'll tell you what, this does gather light very well. It's nice and sharp, it's nice and crisp. Instant 3x magnification. Just a little bit of space in between. Eye relief, I think I had to hold it back about 2.5 to 3 inches for perfect focus with my size, but you know, everybody's got a different body shape and a different body size, so your mileage may vary, so you might have to go a little bit closer, a little bit further away. Adjustable diopter, definitely a bonus. You guys can see the firearm is in fact unloaded. So why don't we get it out to the range? Only thing again is I can't have a rear iron sight on here because of it unless I do like a 45-degree offset. Problem is the way I have this set up with a flashlight and a flip-up sight on the front, yeah, it's gonna make things kind of difficult to try to have a set of sights. So I might just have to live without having a rear iron sight. I can have a front iron sight, but just not a rear. All right, let's go and flip it over and show you from the other side, and then we will go hit the range. And here we go. You can see everything's nice and smooth, lines up well. Again, just to flip it over, you just grab it and pull it. It does lock into place. Pull it back. Done, ready to go. All right, guys, here we go. 62 grain mead ammo through the Monstrum Ghost, unmagnified, and then we're going to switch over to magnified, 3 groups of 3, then give you the 9-shot average from each group. All right, here we go. Shooting about a full circle. Oh, shoot. Yes, no matter if I do. Definitely to Loctite these bolts when I get back home because they come loose for about every 10 shots or so. It says to Loctite them in the manual. All right, guys, so here we go. We're going to take the Ghost out to 50 yards. To be honest with you, my stigmatism is making the dot get a little blurry. Thank goodness I have a magnifier. So let's do 50 yards, 62 grain mead ammo. This is probably not going to be pretty. Having a few issues with the mount and the screws, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. Part of it's user error, but part of it's also the hardware. So we will go ahead and just send it. We're going to do 9 rounds on the top, 9 rounds on the bottom, 3 groups of 3. Unmagnified on the top, magnified on the bottom. All right, here we go.
Check the round. Middle of that nub, right? And that nub's in the middle of the shoot it twice. You're gonna be okay. Keep it. You all load it again. Aim.
All right, guys, here we go. The Ghost on the 16-inch Bear Creek Arsenal with a 1 1/8 twist. Let's just see what the average was here. Unmagnified, we had 1.17, 1.46, 1.138, 1.25 inches at 25 yards unmagnified with the red dot. And again, for as much as I complained about those screws coming loose and me not being able to see the dots and stuff, I'm starting to come to the conclusion that I need to just simply move over to holographic or just simply go with LPVO and magnification from here on out because, again, just the blurring of the red dot in a little bit, it could have affected averages a little bit, but overall we did really well. Now, this is the 62 grain meat ammunition. And then magnified 1.24 inches, 1.246, and 0.76. So I could have really, I mean, I ran a little bit better. So it was a 1.08 inch average overall. Magnification did help. Didn't really feel like it was necessary. 25 yards, 50 yards is where the magnification was awesome, but there was just a few little anomalies about magnification I wasn't used to, and it's just a little bit touchier than just simply using the red dot by itself. Okay, now let's move over to 50 yards. Now I do want to apologize here real quick. I was aiming here and, oh, hold on. There we go. Gravity happens. All right, so I was aiming here and I had shots going up here. I aimed here, I had a couple go up here. I have no idea, so we're not gonna worry about it because honestly, I would probably zero this thing at 50 yards anyway. Get your minds out of the gutter. All right, so magnified, 50 yards. We have 2.84 inches, 2.4 inches, 2.83 inches. Not a problem at all. I'm also going to push I got an LPVO video that you guys are going to be seeing here also, and it definitely helps out quite a bit with a different rifle that I have, and so that definitely would help me too. So yeah, again, 50 yards magnified, necessary, unmagnified. I mean, trying to see this little black dot, it was tough for me. So we had 2.69 inches was the average overall. Magnified definitely helped out quite a bit. You know, if I was shooting maybe, 6-inch plates or something steel, it would have been a little bit easier, but trying to be precise, definitely a challenge for me across the board. And again, it's just my old eyesight, but it did help. It did help me keep the targets, within, or keep the shots within a pretty decent cluster. All right, so let's go and bring it back for just a few final words. Okay, guys, the firearm is all clear, as you can see. So Bear Creek Arsenal upper, PSA lower, running this Monstrum Tactical Ghost setup. I think it's going to be fine for you. Definitely put drops of thread locker, some Loctite on it if you know you're going to put it on that rifle for a while. The problem I ran into is I'd only torqued this screw maybe 4 times total, set with my Wheeler fat wrench set to the appropriate poundage. And this screw is basically stripped out, so I'm going to have to be very careful to remove it. I got to get this optic off because it is going to be passed off to another YouTuber. We think we have a replacement screw for it. If not, we'll definitely get a hold of Monstrum about it. But I mean, overall, everything else felt solid about it. It was so much fun to shoot. It just took me a while to kind of figure out how to dial in the magnification part. Especially once you get it 0, then you have to kind of turn around and re-zero it again. I know it's just part of it because you're aligning it and getting everything to go, but the optics are nice and clear. You've got a couple inches of eye relief on the back here. Definitely need to practice with it. It seems a little bit less forgiving than, say, the Banshee, which I also tested for Monstrum Tactical. But, just to be able to flip back and forth and have the magnification you need, I needed it at 50 yards. And if you're getting older, it's cool, man. Just put a magnified optic on your firearm if you need it. Yeah, we're getting old, but I'll tell you what, to be able to see your target down range, I mean, that is going to be absolutely priceless. So that's it, guys. The Monstrum Ghost with the magnifier, it did hold up really, really well. Again, just some issues with those screws, so do put the Loctite on, especially where the red dot mounts to the bracket itself. There's 4 screws underneath here. Those actually came loose on me too. After I torqued them before we went to the range, set to factory specs. So just take that, learn from my mistakes. I mean, we did shoot pretty good. I'm happy with it, but we'll see how it does. But Monstrum Tactical, thank you for donating these to the channel. Look, guys, we look forward to bringing you a lot more content this summer, so make sure you like and subscribe. And make sure you check out Caliber Corner, which is a little podcast that we do Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. over here Central Time, over here on YouTube. We've been doing it for years now. We're going to keep doing it. But in the meantime, guys, I want you to have fun. I want you to be safe. And as you know, we will talk to you soon. All right, take care and have a good one. Bye-bye.